Hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? Let's get the music on. Yeah, I know this is just how it be recently. I actually get some time today. Got some time. Come join some BTD for balloon poppin'. I'm just announcing on Blue Sky and Discord. So I can at least use this as a time to kind of chat a bit about the update. So I did unlock Silas and used him a little bit. Not bad, not the best, not the worst. But he's pretty okay. Nope, I meant to go into powers. I have slowly, I figured how to get some XP. You literally just there, now we got the pro version of this. So now we at least have that we can use. So upgrades, like there's all sorts of stuff, like different tiers and whatnot. I don't know the full extent of how it works, but it's still pretty neat nonetheless. Because I'm looking at it, the farmer definitely looks the most interesting. I'm mainly curious, increased debt, but automatically invest cash. Like, this is for money banks. This one is interesting. But this one literally is from everywhere. Like, that's insanely powerful. But it's nice they added pro powers. So I'm probably going to end up, like, saving up a bunch just so I can unlock them and whatnot. There, I'm grabbing one of those if we decide to try it. In terms of the thing here, I didn't do too much. I don't think pro powers can even be used. Yeah. So. And then, let me just quickly send out the blue sky thing. And. Boom. Yeah, normally, when I'm actually... This is the stuff I prep for when doing the countdown for streams. But because I haven't actually had that time to do it, I actually haven't. So, right now, it's just me setting crap up and... Yeah, because I haven't had the same amount of time recently. It's been a busy set of time. But yeah, I can turn this up a little bit. But yeah, I, on the other hand, have been very much just like working on stuff in the background while I had the time. It's just nice that I actually have gotten a little more time as this kind of comes to an end, at least in some form. But we'll see the length. It's been tiring as hell, though. I will say that. Because after a point, you're just kind of here like, okay, cool. What's next? Which is usually how I end up feeling about it. At least we get NTN's buff. And... Barracuda. And we'll try to get a great white as well, but... Because that's gonna just really take care of the, It's gonna take care of what we actually need taken care of. We'll get another Barracuda, which will max this guy out, which should do some pretty nice damage. Because eventually, NTN here is gonna give them camo detection. I thought about taking Rosalia, and I thought about taking Benjamin, but I decided to take Entienne just because I think it has more use here. And if we finish the Odyssey early enough and I have enough time, what I'll do is we can work on the black bordering stuff. But I'd also like to try a bit more with Silas as well. Because I also know there's like a new map and whatnot. Ooh, sorry for the yawning, Jesus. They also add an achievement for completing the tutorial quest, which was really funny because you just have me here gaining that achievement when I was just sitting there doing basically shit for none. Because I'm just like sitting here waiting, sitting in a waiting room, as you do. And normally I play Poker Rogue, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to use the BTD I have on my phone. So that's what I did. But yeah, ay. There we go. Yeah, this is going to help quite a good chunk at least. Ba-da-da. Ba-da-da. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 da ba ba. Ba da 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 bum ba da 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 da. I still can't get over the BTD music, even if I try. It's just a nice thing to have in the background for me. Because I've always been a big fan of just listening to music. It is crazy to think we're coming up on Silk Song and also the next Terraria update, which has been confirmed they now have a time frame of. So now I'm here like, oh my lord. Because that's like a severe amount of stuff that just has me going, oh. Because not just that, but you also got a bunch of other games doing their own thing that's going to be coming out, like Little Nightmares 3, Reanimal, and just a few other things. It's just like, holy crap. I mean, you got Repo, which announced that they're having a monster update, which is just interesting because they only showed one, but from what I saw, they plan to add a bunch. While I haven't played Repo, I've watched people play it, so it's like, it's pretty neat. Does make me excited though, because that means there's a lot more coming. Because I'd love to get some friends together to play Repo one day. That'd be fun. The issue is getting the friends together. Boop ba doop boop 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 ba doop boop 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 ba doop boop 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 ba da boo da da boo dap do 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 do. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-ba-bum, ba-dum. Yeah, if we can get a Velociraptor, that's gonna be amazing for this. Do 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 do. do 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 do. Ba da ba 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 ba. Ba da ba da bum. Ba 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 da ba 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 da da ba da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba bum bum bum. I should have brought some of the banana farmers. I didn't even think about that until now. The fun part is I do have D&D later, at least. It was one of the few things I actually made time, like, could make time for, because I actually already had it on my schedule, and it doesn't take up, like, as much time as, like, streaming normally does. So, it was nice actually being able to get some time to do that later today. So, a lot of today I have, like, free now. But I have to leave at, like, 1:30 at least, like, at most, if I want to get there in time for our session, and it's just like, oh boy, I get to drive all the way into downtown, and that's not going to be fun. I think that's one of the things that's really annoying, though, because whenever you drive into, like, a downtown area, it doesn't matter what type of city or, like, village you live in, it always seems to suck. Like, that's just how it always seems to end up. Dun 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 dun. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba-dum, bum bum. I want to get another Adasaur just for, like, the raptor when we get it. And for now, I can put this here. I do want to get Marketplace. What do I go for first? Raptor or Marketplace? Marketplace is going to produce me a lot of money, though. And I can deal with leads, so... I'm gonna go for Marketplace first, unless absolutely necessary. I think that's just the best option here. I will say, though, there's some really interesting stretches out there that I have found. Like, you got stuff for nerves, and, like, because you can stretch your nerves and stuff. And it's, like, really weird to me, because I've had to do that a bit, too, for, like, the carpal and ulnar tunnel stuff, and it's like... Because I managed to hurt both nerve sets, and I'm just here like, how the fuck is it... How the fuck does this happen to me? Because that always seems to happen to me. Something bad. Like, just bad luck and just boom. Because that happens way too often. But I will say healing from it has been a pain as well. I mean, at least I can say that my hand is no longer numb like 100% of the time. It only happens like if I use it too much. But it's still like a good thing because it's like, cool, I can actually feel stuff. It's better than the constant pain or tingling sensations that could happen. It's nice to have a different sensation than just that. You know, that actually reminds me. I wonder how weird this is going to sound for anyone who hasn't done this. But the corn treatment. And if you know what it is, you know what I'm talking about. And it is a specific type of physical therapy thing. Basically, and it's to help with, like, grip and stuff. but you have to put your hand in dried corn, move it through, and then grasp back and move the corn. And it feels so fucking weird doing that. Hey, Mac and Cheese, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well today. Because the corn, like, because of how corn kernels are shaped, it pokes into your hand weirdly. So, like, your whole hand feels like it's tingling. And it becomes numb afterwards for a bit. But then your hand feels oddly better. And I don't know why. Like, to think that dried corn kernels would actually be such a surprisingly good thing for that is not something I thought I would be saying to this date, but here we are. Let's get some centuries in and make sure they do more to fortified and Moabs. I will say, I am not surprised they nerfed Arctic Wind a bit with the new hero. That makes sense. Because imagine being able to have 2 Arctic Winds, just full on, like, absolute zeros. Because they nerfed a bit of both of those abilities, if I remember reading it correctly. I mean, it's not even a bad one, it's just more of a thing of time difference. But it makes sense. Though being able to have 2 Ice Monkeys with the new hero is amazing. Primaries over here actually getting some really cool new stuff. It also means you can have 2 Icicle Impales, which is insanely useful. I also am surprised they have yet to make a support only, because the support towers are surprisingly good. Because, like, I definitely think if you take the time to do it, you could very easily beat most maps with support only. It's actually quite fun. There we go, we'll make this T-Rex even stronger. You know, NTN is adorable with this little skin. I'm interested in what other skins we get. Salus is pretty cool, no pun intended. Oh yeah, Salus is pretty cool. I like that he's similar to an Ice Adora, as well as, like, a Striker Jones in that regard. It's like kind of that mixture is what it feels like. Because I love the way that it affects Frozens and stuff, and the Ice Shard ability. But the fact that he can see through other Ice Monkeys is awesome. Because that is a really interesting and unique ability that I think really fits for a tower like him. Because it is awesome seeing that stuff. And then, of course, if things are close, just simple as that, boom. Now they start producing ice shards if they are ice monkeys. And even then, the ice effects also affect stuff like the Mer Monkey and the Engineer. Since they have ice effects. It also means it affects the Druid of the top path if you have the monkey knowledge. I'm gonna put Entia near the front. Yeah, this isn't gonna be as good right now, but I have some stuff. And then I will get an Engineer, maybe? Or do I want to... Yeah, I'm gonna go for an Engineer down here. Hey, that rhymed. Unintentionals. Yeah, because Engineer should do pretty good if I can get Sentry Gun as well as larger surface area and stuff. They should be able to take care of most balloons for now. Definitely didn't know that. Which thing? Because there's a lot of stuff. Like, oh my gosh. You know, this year has been insane. Because I'm just thinking about, there's so much coming out in the next, like, few weeks. Like, September is looking insane. honestly, the rest of the year is looking insane in terms of games. Like, I'm excited for Legends ZA personally because I'm a Pokemon nerd, but that's also just because I'm a Pokemon nerd. Oh, like, I think it's really cool, though, that there are other towers other than just the Ice Monkey that can do it, even if just small. It's very nice. I'm also glad that every single frickin' category now has a water tower, technically. As long as you count Beast Handler. So, it actually means every category can be done on water maps easier, and that's so nice. Yeah, that's gonna release up. So, we have Silk Song coming next week. Crazy. We have some games delaying. We have Repo getting its monster update on the 30th. We got ZA coming on the 16th of October. We have a lot of others too. We have Reanimal, Little Nightmares 3. We have frickin'. And that's not counting the games that have already released. Meta Halucha. Yeah, Mega Halucha, I will say, looks really cool. I still think, and I would not be surprised if they did this, I still think we're gonna see a mega of, like, the legendaries, Yveltal, Xerneas, and Zygarde. If we see one of Xerneas, there will be one of Yveltal. If we see one of Zygarde, 50-50 it will show for the other two. But I feel like we're gonna see a mega of at least one of them. Just, that's just how it always seems to end up being. Though it does make me excited to see, like, what else we might find. Because, like, there is one mega I am surprised they never added, and that is Frostlass. Because you have Mega Glalie. Like, I get Glalie is less used than Frostlass. But you would have thought they would have added a Mega Frostlass back in, like... Maybe the reason they didn't is because it was Oraz and it was Hoenn, but... Shit, I don't have anything for that. Yeah, I know I pronounce Yveltal like Yveltal. It's an unintentional thing too, half the time. So it's literally like half the time I say it like that, the other half I don't. And I don't even know why. It's like this internal thing my brain does of, oh yeah, that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, totally. I mean, I know they confirmed that Rayquaza is pronounced Rayquaza, like Quasar, and I'm like, I thought everyone did. And then I remembered, oh wait, nope, I had a friend who called it Rayquaza all the time. Like, the fact that they had to do that at a Pokemon show is hilarious to me. Because it's just like, you've been saying it wrong all along. I mean, there are some really cool Pokemon that I'm really curious about because, like, I still have my personal theories for some of the Pokemon that we don't know as much about, like Yveltal and, or Yveltal, whichever you prefer to pronounce it as, and Xerneas. Yveltal just, like, it says it sucks up all life energy when it dies. And Xerneas says it creates life energy. So my only thought is it actually all life energy that it sucks up, or only until it's gone into its cocoon stage? Because that is a difference that is kind of important to make. Because if it's only until it goes into its cocoon, it would explain a lot. Yeah, like, I I used to call it like I used to call it Rayquaza, but I started calling it Rayquaza after I started to understand that part of its name came from Quasar. Because I'm a nerd. I am a nerd when it comes to stuff like that. But there are some megas I would love to see. I doubt, as much as people want to pray for Mega Flygon, the reality is, and we know this because there was going to be a flying evolution, I have a feeling that they are too worried about it being too close to fan recreations of a possibility, and that's why we're not going to see it. Just personal feeling. Plus, a lot of Hoenn Pokemon also got Megas during Oraz. So I think it's one of those situations for them. Well, yes, it would be nice to see, like, Mega Flygon and stuff. I haven't really thought it would actually appear. I will say, Mega Victory Bell, 10 out of 10 Mega. I love it. It is my new favorite Mega Pokemon. It is truly a beautiful Pokemon. I'm just so happy that that Pokemon exists now. Because, I mean, it does make sense for Victory Bell being a pitcher plant. Because after a point of eating it and stuff, it's going to produce a lot of stomach fluids. Like, carnivorous plants are honestly really interesting. Mega Carnivine would be pretty cool, but I still hold on that there's gonna be a Mega Chansey, because Audino has a Mega. And if not that, I could totally see, like, we have Audino, we have all these different ones. Frostlass, 100%. If we didn't get one, I would be surprised. Because it's one of those things where it's like, not only have people wanted it for a long, long time, it also just... Also, you know what, fuck it. There. I wonder if that actually affects the EXP or not. I'm hoping it does, but it might not, and I could have just done that in the past few days just because of no reason. Because I'd like to upgrade that Superstorm thing more. Hey, Professor. Hope you're doing well, and yes, I do. I'm just doing the Odyssey right now. Because I know that I will not have the longest before I eventually have to leave, but I at least can stream until like 12. At most 12:30. But yeah, I have Rogue Legends. I have yet to check it since this. You know, I have yet to get the exclamation mark time thing put on. I just keep forgetting to do it. It might even just be exclamation mark uptime for all I know. But, oh my gosh, I remember. I know, I remember a lot about just what I predicted for Megas. Oh, time, it's like 11, 12. Yeah, because at latest I have to leave at 1:30, but at soonest I need to leave at like 12:45. Ah, don't you just love when you have adult responsibilities and then you finally get some free time? Plus I get to actually play D&D tonight. Finally. I'm excited to do that. Been waiting months for this. Because I literally get to play what's essentially a demigod unintentionally. Because I just wanted it to be like a deal with a god, but then the DM was just like, no, we're just gonna make it a demigod. And I'm just like, well, okay. Be funny if Furfru got a mega. It would be even funnier if Furfru's mega changed with its fur thing. I will say the one that I really want to see a mega of is Excadrill, just because with how goofy megas can be, the thought of a mega Excadrill is hilarious in my brain. And I can't get that image out of my head of just this giant drill so big it like covers it completely almost, where it's just like the drill arms go all the way up its entire arm, so it's like this full drill arms, and then like its head, you just see its little eyes poking out through the drill thing or something. That'd be hilarious. Just the thought of it alone is just mwah, beautiful. Because in all reality, Excadrill is a good Pokemon and has some good stuff. It's just, since competitive Gen 5, it hasn't really been looked at as much. But I could totally see it getting one also because of stuff. In terms of the Pokemon anime, I'm actually really excited to watch the new episode tomorrow, because I know it comes out today, but I'll watch it tomorrow because that's when I'll have time. Because of where it ended off, but also, I still have a theory that Urito is going to have a full team of only Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. Still a personal theory of mine. And the anime is just actually surprisingly good for Horizons. I've really enjoyed Horizons. Because unlike... It's weird, because they've actually... You've never seen it? Oh my god, the new Horizons anime is actually surprisingly good. I mean, you have stuff they talk about in that that's just like, wait, they talked about what? Like, there's a whole thing going on about, like, crazy fanboys and fangirls that, like, get a little too fanatic about their favorite, like, content creator slash celebrity. Like, there's all sorts of stuff in there as well about, like, you got a full-on, like, arc that just deals with, like, the grief of things that happen, and it's like, holy crap. But Horizons has been amazing from when I've watched it, and I've really enjoyed it a lot. And each of the characters are good in their own right. Of course, you got the main character, Liko. But I like how they also used it to explain how certain Pokemon actually work. Because until the anime, I had no idea how Meowscarada's thing worked fully. I just thought it was floating, but you don't see until a lot later that there's this whole, like, weird vine that's, like, nearly invisible. And I'm just like, holy shit. That explains so much. I like Meowscarada. God, that was surprisingly slow. But the anime definitely has some really funny moments. Because I know the English version is not even to the time skip arc yet. Like, I don't even think they've completed the whole arc with the Leaf Kitty is kind of cool. Oh yeah. Sprigatito's great. Ironically, Meowscarada is still the only fully evolved Paldean starter we have seen. But, like, the English version is so behind. Like, it is back... I think they just got to the arc, like, one of the arcs with the Black Rayquaza. Like, nearing its end. While the Japanese dub is all the way into the Mega Evolution saga with, like, ZA and stuff, and, like, post-time skip. I'm actually glad that they stuck the landing with the time skip as well as they did, because the time skip was really well done. Because, like, you could see how each of the characters spent their time during that time skip. And being able to see that was interesting. Even if it was only, like, 1 or 2 years at most. it was just cool. Plus, I think it's really funny that despite everything, they have kept the running gag going that Captain Pikachu is allergic to being called cute. It is like one of the most random gags that appears like once in a while and just there. Gonna head off. Well, I hope you have a good day. I am going to be here just chilling while I have time. I think we're gonna want to go for the Orca next, because I think that's gonna do pretty nicely. Okay, then this shark is doing its best, which is nice. Just dropped something. You ever have, like, one of those fidget toys and accidentally drop it, and, like, your first reaction is just jumped? Like, you just jump as your first reaction? Because that's every time for me. Because, like, I use a fidget toy for just several reasons, especially with games like this where I'm not too worried about stuff. And I don't need to worry as much about moving my hands and whatnot, so I usually use a fidget toy. ADHD. How annoying it can be. You know, I remember when, like, there were schools banning fidget toys way before fidget spinners became popular, and I'm just here like, why? And then after fidget spinners became popular, they started banning them in some schools, and I'm just here like, you know, some people actually use them because it helps them, you know, keep focused. I remember it happening at my school when they banned fidget toys, and then one of my teachers getting mad at me. I started drawing on all my stuff, and it's like, huh, it's almost like there's a cause and effect to this. Crazy. I could complain about that for hours because it still annoys me to this day, because it's just like, bruh. Then again, it was also a frickin' Catholic middle school. Wasn't a very fun place to be. If you weren't having fun with any form of religion, they would just get rid of that fun. That's usually how it went. It was really boring. Also ended up with me actually, like, memorizing a surprising amount of the frickin' Bible. Like, I can memorize a good portion of it and all, but at least it has gotten me to, like, read other religious texts and stuff out of curiosity, which has actually opened my eyes to a lot of different religions and just, like, learning about them. I think it's really cool to learn. Like, being able to learn about different people's beliefs and why they believe them and all that jazz is actually, like, kind of fun. Like, I personally really enjoyed it. Of course, not everyone is the same, but for me, I just enjoy learning about different ideals, different things people believe. Because there's some cool ones out there. Like, learning what is considered taboo in some cultures compared to others is just interesting, because there's a lot that just is done so commonly in one place, but is completely taboo in another. I mean, like, one of the most common things I know is not as common outside the US is just the casual, like, just natural, like, oh, hey there. Like, very just open of communication, just like, oh, how you doing? Like, not much else, just that. Like, that alone is way more common in the US than other places, apparently, and I'm just here like, oh. Because I'm the type of person that, like, if I'm on a walk and I actually see someone, one, it's usually one of my neighbors. Because, yeah, rural area for you. But two, it's also a thing of anytime, even if I'm in town and like walking down the street, I just smile at people because how I've always viewed it is even as like it doesn't cost anything to give a slight smile to someone and it can make their day. So it's actually pretty nice. Doesn't cost anything and it might just make someone's day. I feel like that's a pretty like normal thing for me though. I will say though, other things like different events and areas are cool as well. Like, let's say you were to go to some place like, which state will I say? Like, let's say Oklahoma here. Somehow, despite its like overwhelmingly just odd nature of being a place, there's some cool stuff there. I mean, I've been there. It's a lot of oil stuff, but there are some cool museums. Then you have places like North Carolina where you could be up in the mountains like a good chunk of the time. And it's actually quite like beautiful up in the Smokies. Like, there's a lot of beautiful places out there. I mean, it is interesting that like there's this huge chunk of America where fossils are rarer, like throughout the middle of the Midwest, like going down to about like southern Missouri area mainly is where fossils start to like become like more full and less just like random piece, because especially back in the day, not only was many years ago the Midwest underwater, but it also had giant glaciers, which of course, giant ice wall grinding over layers of earth is going to destroy a lot of fossils. But from like few things we do know, like in the Midwest area, you have like mosasaurs that existed because they were shallow. Like they lived in like a lot shallower waters than people would expect. But like mosasaur teeth have been found and stuff. It's also weird that the Midwest is one of the places that seems to have a lot of haunted areas. That could also just be because a lot of stuff has happened there as a whole. I mean, you got a lot of... The Midwest is one of the weird regions of the US. I mean, you got northern and southern Midwest, which is just completely different. Go north too much and you start hearing the word pop for instead of soda. For me, it's interchangeable. Hey, Two-Eyed Shadow, hope you're doing well today. But as I was saying, like, dialect change from places I've been and like the people I talk to has really changed how I speak as well. Fellow bookworm NTN enjoyer. Oh yeah, I love the bookworm one. It's just adorable. Plus I like dragons. It's kind of hard not to like dragons. They're pretty neat. I still wish I could have played a Dragonborn in my friend's campaign, but none of those exist in her world, so I'm just here like, well, I'm gonna be a shadow elf because that's gonna be fun. Oh yeah, the little dragons are so fucking cute. And boop. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Okay. I'm gonna put the engineer here. I am gonna want to get a farm down, but I'm gonna need money. But I'll get to it. But I've found a lot of love for some of this, the small bits of skin in this, like the different skins. There's just so many, like, cute little skins. I'm still surprised, though, we haven't gotten any skins for normal towers yet. Like, we have for their projectiles, but just not for normal towers. You would think we would have by now. But nope. I will say, I think Beast Handler is probably one of the most hated towers just because of its gimmick. When in reality, it's actually not the worst. Hey, Cutie Nin. Hope you are doing well. Feeling somewhat bored playing B2s. Love making maps. If you have any ideas for a map. Honestly, for me, I've debated unlocking the map maker, but I just never have good ideas for BTD maps compared to, like, actual, like, world maps. I mean, I could go on for hours about my D&D stuff I have created. Like, I have a full world story for Pensari, for example. Like, I know what happened in this area. I know what happened in this area. This specific area fought this area 20 years ago. And they are on a thin ice level of just overall diplomacy. Then you have this area that hates this area because of a dispute between leaders that ended up basically being a he said, she said scenario. Like, heroes have 4 miles, but towers would have so many miles and skins would take ages. I mean, that's fair. I mean, but it didn't stop them in, like, BTD 5, but now that they're 3-dimensional, it's a little more understandable. But we also know Ninja Kiwi is not one to just turn down some of the craziest stuff sometimes. I mean, we've seen them do crazier, to be completely fair. I remember, though, back, like, early, balloons, though, not even thinking it would get to this point. And honestly, I'd love to see them remake some more, like, the old maps and stuff. That'd be fun, because there's some really nice ones out there. Then you have, like, some interesting maps just in general of, like, oh yeah, if you go back into some of the old ones, there were some really nice ones that just never got the port. Like, BTD 3's City was really cool. I really liked that one. But I also know I'm probably pretty weird for liking it as much as I do. The 64 model per tower would be painful for you. Oh, yeah. Because a lot of the reskins they did in BTD 5 were, like, adding things or, like, changing color of things. But I feel like if they were to do it again with these, I feel like the best scenario would be just, like, reskins of just what it looks like with maybe, like, tiny bits. Yeah. I mean, the hero skins are some crazy variants. I mean, you never know till it happens. Oh yeah, the Geraldo skin is so nice. I really like the Geraldo skin. Just the steampunk look is, like, amazing. Definitely one of my favorites in terms of just variants. come on, I need to get Adasaur Ace map. Oh yeah, like, if they don't make a Salus skin that is, like, fire-based, I would be surprised. Like, it's right there. Or, like, a shadow-based one. I could totally see that one working. I mean, there's just so many options that it's just like, you can't not do some of these. So it makes me really curious on what we'll see in the future for it. Because I feel like, of all of them, with Salus and stuff, we're going to have a very interesting set of heroes. Because by the eventual end of BTD6's life cycle, while it's still going to be played a lot and loved, there's going to be so much stuff that it just makes me curious on what we'll see. Because after a point, it's going to be, oh yeah, there's specifically all these heroes. Like, will they stay for the next game? Will the tier 5s stay for the next game? Or the Paragons? You're scared for whatever BTD 7 would be if it releases? I mean, yeah, that's fair. Like, I feel like with what Ninja Kiwi does, I'm not the most worried, because they do listen to their community, like, relatively well, compared to most developers, which, then again, isn't saying a lot, but even then. Oh yeah, it definitely won't happen for a very long time. And even then, I'm glad that they have, yeah. BHVR. Oh boy. I mean, if we want to talk about some really good devs, you got like you got Semi-Work, you got Relogic, Concerned Ape. Like, you got all sorts of people who, like, are good devs who care about their community in a lot of ways. I am still waiting for Haunted Chocolatier. I have been so excited for it for years, and I've been sitting here patiently just like waiting, just like a little puppy, just like, when's some news, sir? Which I think says a lot about me, because I love those types of games. That's why I ended up playing, like, Graveyard Keeper way back now. Because I love those types of games that are weird in their own ways. Lost for Swords? I actually hadn't heard that game before, so definitely gonna look into that one. There's a lot of good devs out there, though, that just deserve more attention or love. Graveyard Keeper was such a good... It's very small, so you're not surprised. That's fair. Because I know that Graveyard Keeper also made, like, a bunch of stuff as well. Another one I can think of is Aggro Crab, just because of the sheer absurdity of some of the PR stuff they do. They're behind Another Crab's Treasure and Peak. You know what? That's another one. The devs that created Totally Accurate Battle Simulator as well. Because there's a surprising amount of good games out there made by them, and they have, like, their own system where, like, if you buy it on the first day, it's always gonna be on sale or free. But then afterwards, people, like, they play the long game. And I think that is really cool, because it shows that if you're a dedicated fan, they care a lot about you, but they know that it's going to spread through word of mouth. Like, it's actually a genius marketing strategy that actually works really well, too. Because there are some really sick ones out there that I've seen from, like, those types of game devs. Because I'd love... One thing I want to play eventually is another Crab's Treasure, just because it's been on my wish list and I've never played it. Same thing with Hat in Time. I've never played it, never watched it, but have wanted to eventually play it. Like, there's a few games on my list that it's like, I want to touch that one of these days. Actually play it. A farmer! I mean, I'm mainly doing this just so I can get a little bit of extra money. I will say, I am so glad they added the pro powers back. Because I was always thinking to myself, I wonder if they'll ever do that. You hate Odysseys? That's fair. Odysseys are like the only one I can really do for trophies because I usually miss race events and I don't care much about them. And bosses, 50-50, I miss it. You only got fast track for Odysseys? I mean, fair. I personally don't mind Odysseys, but that's also because I actually, like, love playing this game a lot. A lot. Just seeing my friend now playing VR chat. And I'm just here, like, waiting. Because if he doesn't know I'm streaming, I already know very well I'm gonna get that, do you want to hang out on VR chat? Because that's not it's not the first time, nor will it be the last. With help, but need races. Oh yeah, races can go to hell half the time. Like, it's not that they're all hard, it's just the time you have to put into it to perfect it is so dumb. Because I would rather not. Like, I like the idea of being able to send out waves at your own, like, thoughts. Similar to, like, Apocalypse, but different. Like, I like that. I think it's a cool thing. But, yeah. Yeah, it's such a small reward for anyone who's not good at it. It's just, well, not good at it? Too bad. Yeah, it's way too competitive for me as well. Because, like, if I truly cared about winning those, I could probably, like, do relatively well. But I'm not a competitive person either. Like, I know my sister knows that very well. Because she's a very... Oh, cool. Level 5 Prestige. You know, I've been playing this game since the very beginning, yet I only now got to level 5 Prestige because I just don't do everything that everyone else may do. I just prefer to sit back and relax with this game a lot of the time. Like, I'll play it with friends sometimes, and only recently have I ever, like, cared about going after, like, the black borders, because it's like, you know what, that'd be a fun little project. Then I can say I did something crazy. I think it's like 150? Something? I know it's, like, pretty high up there. Because I've been Prestige for a long time now, and it's difficult to get levels. Hate playing lower difficulties, almost exclusively play chimps because the rest is so boring. I mean, for me, as much as I like chimps, I think I prefer Impoppable because it has more expensive stuff, but it allows me to do all sorts of strategies with farms. But that's more of a personal thing because I like being able to do all sorts of stuff. Kind of the point of Prestige. Fair. I mean, Prestige just exists because people wanted to keep leveling up. Oh yeah, farming can be a pain in the ass at times. The only reason I got used to it is because I used to be the dedicated farmer of my friend group whenever we'd play BTD, so I just got used to it. Now it's just like... I mean, At least this makes my job easier if I unlock it, because look at this. Gathers all bananas from everywhere. That's a map-wide thing. Like, that's map-wide collection. That's insane. Like, credit where credit's due for that one. Ninja Key said there's monkeys inside of everything. That's right. This Balloon Civil War TD. I mean, yeah. I'm glad they did bring the Power Pro back, but there's one power I don't think I ever use, and that's just the energizing totems. I never use them. I never, like, they just, you have to spend monkey money to recharge them. So, like, I just place them down here and there, and then just, cool, sell it. I mean, BCW TD just doesn't roll off the tongue as well. I mean, in their world, everything is also made of balloon-tonium at the same time, so that means monkeys are also balloons, meaning balloons are monkeys while also being balloons, while being monkeys and balloons at the same time. Truly a confusing thing. I mean, that's fair. If it weren't for the fact that I just don't like seeing these get to certain points, or like, I'll use these here and there, and like these here and there, but otherwise, there was a point I had like over 100 like radar scanners, and me and my friend went to the winter path and just laid it all down the entire path. Like, we just put radar things across the entire thing. It was insane. Could actually try and get a Giganotosaurus. Giganotosaurus, Giganotosaurus. Like, I feel like the only ones that have, like, the best use are Glue Trap, Tech Bots, and Banana Farmers. I think those three are probably the best, followed by the Portable Lake and Pontoon. I think those are just the best powers. For this stage, you just spammed 420 NGs. Fair. I just like being able to use the Beast Handler. I will say, Rogue Legends got me to really love the Beast Handler a lot, because I had the, as long as it was a tier 3, it would have, like, boosted stuff. So I had, like, the maxed Velociraptor ripping through everything to shreds. It was hilarious to watch. Because it's this giant, like, balloon getting shredded by a small little raptor. The Giganotosaurus. Ah, crap, it's not a saurus. But done. You know, I wonder how that teacher's doing now. He was not a best but one god. Oh yeah, with early rogue, but I mean, yeah, like early rogue Beast Handler was insane, and it's still good. Like, even now, I'm glad that the Rogue Legends gave the Beast Handler more love, because it's honestly really fun. Oh, he's a cute pet. What's his name? Oh, he's called God. Yeah, I just remember having a bunch of raptors and just balloons getting destroyed. The biggest thing was camos until I got a thing that affected only a specific type of tower, but since I had the Dread Balloon thing, meaning all towers were every category, it didn't matter. Because it was every tower. Which was truly beautiful. once. I mean, I've always just called it Rogue Legends because it's just a great way to call it, in my opinion. Because it fits. I definitely like it, though, because it's for their first ever roguelike. I will give them credit where credit is due. Is it the best? No. But it is still good at what it does for a tower defense roguelike, as well as their first roguelike. Like, I will give them credit where it is due. Because they do deserve that with how... Like, it's fun. It's a fun way to mix things up. Huh, so I can actually hit right there with this guy. Neat. I think I'm gonna call her Betsy. Not a fan of small portions of the game, which explains only why I play chimps. Fair. I'm someone who likes to just play various things. I find chimps to be annoying at times. And it's usually, like, the harder maps that I find it annoying. Thinking specifically of Rake right now, which is such an annoying map that I'm surprised it is not an advanced map, even to this day. Let's level up NTM. We can just sit back and relax. Ah, truly beautiful. You play Rogue Legends, but not as much as you could. Fair. I still think that Lich should be in Rogue Legends, and you can't convince me otherwise. I also did have a weird, like, dream moment the other day that, like, they added another boss besides FaZe and Lich. Also, speaking of bosses, with the boss theme, FaZe is the only boss theme that is not part of the frickin' jukebox. Give me the FaZe theme. Hey, Hempsy, what can you see? I can see the universe in its entirety. Huh, good. Just sentient I mean, yeah. I mean, you gotta imagine that, like, there's some pretty powerful creatures in the BTD world as well. I mean, God. Oh, this one is going to suck. Oh yeah, the jukebox I exclusively use mainly because streaming, and then it's not the same stuff. Okay, so we have to survive pretty long here, so what I'm gonna do is that. Turn off auto start real quick so I can look at what I have. I have all sorts of random crap here. I could make this a permaspike. I really could. Oh my god, I forgot I had all the... Look at all the beast handlers! Give me a map to Blackboard, I have a motivation to play. I say Blackboard or the new map. The new map looks really fun. I am going to put this guy here. The Sin. I mean, let's be honest. If I'm not going to use it here, when am I ever going to use the instas? Because I don't think I'll ever use them otherwise. So I might as well just... I like to be able to at least use the things I get here and there. Except for these. Except for them. Because, yeah, I just never have cared enough to do it. Boom. And I can farm a bit as well. And I'm going to get bigger and white hot stacks as well. The... Oh, are you talking about the track extensions? Oh, the beast, or the beast handler. I'm so confused. I wasn't paying attention at all. I was reading chat. And I stopped paying attention, and everything went to hell. Oh yeah. I don't use the paid powers either. I just don't see a point to it. I'd rather keep them for the sake of just keeping the ones I was given. Streamer gets distracted, fails. Who could have seen this coming? Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff. There. Now they can hit everything. Yeah, I want to get this to Giant Condor because we know Moabs come down through there. But at least this can grab a normal Moab. Okay. Another farm. And Call to Arms should help a bit as well. They also nerfed Permaspike again, and my only thought is, you know, you keep nerfing it, but you can't seem to get it nerfed long enough. I think it might just be to a point where they just need to give up with it. Do you mind just looking at my maps, not playing for the art itself, the constructive criticism? Exhausted your 7 ideas. I mean, once I finish this, it depends how much time I have left. Because, yeah, it's almost 12. I think literally this stream is just going to be me completing the Odyssey before I have to head out, which is sad. Man in the wildest scenarios ever, but BTD 6 hour just doesn't have enough elements for the... Oh, yeah. I've heard that before from others, so it's kind of like, I'm not surprised. I do hope they add more, though, because I feel like it definitely would be nice. And... boom. Okay. Yeah, I am definitely gonna need stuff. Get to chimps faster. Fair. There's a lot of stuff, honestly, now. I forgot about that! I always forget about that. Skips 20% of the rounds and gives you the reels for them. Oh, yeah, that's fast track. I mean, fast track is nice at times. I just don't care to spend the money on it. Because it's just like, I wouldn't use it enough to be worth it, I don't think. I'm gonna put this here and just, yeah. The farming 3K Salison. What? I have no idea what you're talking about anymore. Okay. I think I want to upgrade these to their final, preferably. But first, I want to get this last one down, just so I have it. Because we need enough to take care of the BAD, which is coming out of that top area. And we already know that's going to be a pain in the butt. Transform the 4 letters of Will into Wilmington? Ah. Yeah, that's about my luck with autocorrect. I'll never forget the time that here I am with my friend where he's like, his mom basically asked him, hey, we need to get stuff from the store. Is there anything specific we're missing? And he tried to type vanilla extract, but it came out as vaginal extract. I think you can see the type of situation that ended up in. Especially saying it to your own mother. Definitely not the worst thing that's happened to one of my friends or my mom. I mean, yeah, we don't know why. I mean, I have a theory. There's an irony because I'm quite sure that since then, a lot has changed, and I would not be surprised if he ended up LGBT in some form. Just saying. Would not be surprised one bit. One of the gayest guys I knew, despite being quote-unquote straight. That's how little I care right now. I feel like I'm one of those people that just doesn't care enough about some of the stuff because it's like, I'm not going to use it otherwise. I can farm money from this. Either way. The 300 this man has listed. I mean, fair. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Lost faith in humanity. I lost that a long time ago. Okay. Okay, I want to get another one. This man's wealth is in the negatives. I mean, are you talking about me? Because honestly, in BTD, I haven't cared enough. Part of me wonders what would have happened if I did. Okay, because, yeah, just... And then once it's at max, I believe it can, pick up ZOMGs. Okay. Deadly spikes. Just because I don't want to forget about that. God, I have so much stuff I could use if I really wanted it. Honestly, I could use a tech bot here and just auto-do abilities. Oh, this guy does not stay. And there it goes. French and time abroad. Speaking to someone came up, a combo was in French, and a kid came up to me and said word for word, "Why are you French?" Honestly? Respect to the kid for actually having the balls to do that. But then again, kids have, like, the least amount of filter, in all honesty. Like, the younger / older you are, there's, like, so little of a filter. Hey, 22, hope you're doing well today. 16, jeez. The memes, they've brain rotted them. Not just the men, but the women and children, too. Yeah, I should have expected that. And then activate the reverse motor. Then I can do that. Okay. You were baffled, honestly? I mean, fair. I'd be baffled, too. Proceed to tell him it was because I had parents. Fair. I mean, yeah. You're not wrong. How close is he to level 20? Not there yet, but getting closer. I want to get the Powakai because the Powakai is actually, like, really good. Like, unironically, like, really good. Come on, we're almost to this last central market. Boom. And then once we get to, like, a certain point, I can always sell them if need be. Level 3, level 8, level 10, or level 20 at all times shall not be questioned. Exactly. Because Entian has some of, like, the best abilities at times. Because, yeah, if I can get the maxed out Powakai, the BAD, done for. Been planning on streaming on Twitch, didn't know if you told me that. No, you haven't. But good luck to you. It is one heck of a ride. But it's fun in its own regards. I will say the most annoying part is the bots that you have to deal with at times. So just getting used to blocking, like, specific websites and stuff. Why you will not allow... You know what? Fair. I mean... I know I do this for a hobby because it's fun. At least for me, it's fun. I know some people it's not as fun, but it's also one of those things of... You gotta be ready to deal with some of the just worst people as well. Because that's gonna inevitably happen. Which is a shame. As a general question, not for that. Fair. Yeah, because I remember really early on into starting this, I only did this because my therapist recommended me doing something like this because it would be good for my mental health to do something that I enjoyed like this. And you elaborate. Exactly. You fell into the trap. But yeah, my therapist was the one to suggest starting streaming because I used to be in drama and like theater when I was back in back in high school, jeez. And choir and stuff, and I had kind of missed being able to just do stuff like this. So it's what made him basically go, yeah, you should try this. And lo and behold, here I am now enjoying this to a whole different extent than I thought I would. I certainly will hydrate. I always keep a water bottle next to me. I mean, hydration is important, though. Like, I know we get most of our water from what we eat, but for me, I only eat 2 meals a day, in all honesty, because I'm just never that hungry. So, I always make sure to drink at least a little bit more water to make doubly sure. Support worker who kind of helps me with communication because do better talking online and in person, just as he try not streaming. I mean, yeah, that's fair. It's a great way to, like, do certain things. Sometimes you just gotta try new stuff. And that's okay. And now I can start getting... Okay, so that's 3, and then I will need a 4th one. Because I'm gonna need 4 of the condors. Following you in... Oh my god, I've had that happen before. I think the worst version of that I've had is waking up one day thinking my sight had been restored, and then turns out I had just fallen asleep with my glasses on. It was a very sad moment for me. It's just like, oh, I can see! Oh, wait. uh... Hey, I didn't touch your glasses or your water, so you can't blame it on me. I didn't do any such. Oh, and there goes that. Yeah, the Pelikai is just really good. 'Tis why I wanted the Beast Handlers. Boo, 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 boo. Can see easily without them, but not eyes will get tired, explode, or something. Fair. For me, I am so badly nearsighted without my glasses, I can't see the back of my hand. So I am quite literally blind without them. 6 pair, broke 7 because when you sleep, forget to take them off, kind of move around. You love when your body parts explode? Jesus Christ. I mean, for me, I have to remember to do that. What I do is I just take them off. Like, I have a reminder to do that sometimes because, yeah. I mean, it's better to have a reminder if you're forgetful about that stuff. Or just like me and very forgetful in general. Look at that bird spaz around. It's just like me. This is what my brain feels like daily. The brain of an ADHD person. Who sometimes decides to sleep on the floor. You never, to this day, forgot. I mean, fair. I like sleeping on the floor sometimes because the floor can be really comfortable. In all fairness, I totally understand it. Can be so dang comfy. I am gonna grab a tech bot real quick just so I can do that. Because I know overclock I don't think works on the Poakai, so I might as well do it to the permaspike. TechBot Gaming! It's a floor, and it's flooring or something. Fair. The floor! It's flooring! But, there's so many jokes you could make with that. And he floored all over the place. Carpet of spikes! Imagine if we were able to produce enough to get the Paragon. Actually. I doubt we'd be able to. If we were to get any Paragon from this, this would not have been possible. This, on the other hand, maybe at best, but no. When you go get your glass replaced, get to a point where they know exact reason every time. I mean, that's pretty accurate for me with certain things. Just not that specifically. Favorite threat is threatening people who don't understand French. You know what? Fair. That is fair. I mean, there's so many funny, like, sentences you can say that sound threatening in Arabic, when in reality, they're not threatening. It's just how you, like, say it, dialect-wise, and, like, how angry of a person you may sound when doing it. That's what makes it so fun whenever I've used Arabic before. Mwah. Because, like, it has very hard, like, consonants in areas, and it's quite nice, actually. Like, it's an interesting language, don't get me wrong, but it definitely has its moments of being like, oh my god. Okay. I've also learned bits of, like, Hebrew and Latin and other stuff just because of choir and whatnot. This overclock, mwah, with the Ultra Boost, just Ultra Boosting this guy into next week. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bump 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 bump. Super mines! And gone. Got a 420 wizard. So that's cool. We got a 410 banana farm. Nice. I mean, we got some cool stuff. I have been so close to this for so long. I mean, a 410 banana farm is not bad. The wizard has a sheep? Oh my lord. I'm just waiting to get more jukebox music at this point. Either way, though, I gotta get going to get ready for my frickin' stuff that I have to do later. Exclamation mark Dislab for the Discord. We have all sorts of stuff over there. I know recently a lot of stuff has been going on, which has made streams less common, etc. Also, thank you for the follow, Two-Eyed. Welcome on into Labyrinth. I hope you enjoy your stay and have a great day. But if I'm sick in any way, etc., as well as when I go live, I announce on the Discord. Normally it's every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. But due to recent events, it's just been kind of mixed because of personal life stuff. But if you want to watch other BTD stuff or anything else that you miss on just Twitch, it'll eventually be up on the VOD channel over on YouTube. All sorts of stuff over there. Might find something you like, from Graveyard Creeper. Keeper to Minecraft to Stardew. We have all sorts of stuff over there. Either way, I'm gonna get going.